The two-time TI winners need to get some more wins here if they want to be able to go to the playoffs of DreamLeague here. They are sitting at a series score of 1-3. Rough times for Team Spirit, man.
Getting into that do-or-die territory.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that means that the pressure is on. And that is when Team Spirit thrives.
That's true. Winners of TI-10, winners of Riyadh Masters, winners of TI-12. These guys thrive in the finals. And, the last two finals that they played in were pretty stompy ones, too.
Feels like when they're clicking, they're unbeatable. But right now, are they clicking? Not entirely. So
No.
they are beatable. And that's a good news if you're a Shopify Rebellion fan, as this is when you would like to face this team. See if they can make the most of it. Been a very mixed bag for both these teams in the second group stage, honestly.
Yeah.
There's been games where they look really good and crisp, and there's other games where you wonder what the hell we're doing here, and you just don't know what version you're going to get on any given day. Both these teams trying to find more consistency in how they draft, how they play, and how they get those dubs. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite in this particular game, I feel like I might go with Shopify here for game one. I just have more faith in Puck than Lesh. I feel like this is a hard Leshrac game. Like, he has his purpose versus the Timber and the Alk. He can scale hard, but Puck can generally make this hero's mid-game a little tough with the coil kiting, and then you have Venge for the swap, coil break, which can be pretty valuable here, and then you have long-range damage from the Hoodwink. And I feel like Hoodwink has looked really good in all the games we've seen it.
Yeah.
So my stock value of Lesh is probably a little lower than a lot of these teams, and my stock value of Hoodwink's probably a little higher. Makes me lean that way, but I think overall it's pretty damn even here.
Do you like Hoodwink enough that you would be opting to first pick this hero?
I think it's a fine first pick.
Yeah.
If you have a player who's really confident, knows how to itemize it, and you're happy with the farm it takes for what it delivers with it, which not every team is, but if you are, then I think this hero is very strong.
DreamLeague trying to make a break for it, but he's probably going to get run down here, and that will be your first blood going to Yutoro.
Fast level 2, they make the most of it. Really good kill. It's going to help him accelerate this Terror Blade, which is what you want. The faster he stays up with the Alk, the happier you're going to be. As
Speaking of that Alk, he gets cut down by Collapse, so Team Spirit off to the races already, pun intended with the Horseman there, but
not a kill I would have expected. This Venge Alklings has a really strong level 2 with the double minus armor versus a hero that has no base armor in the Centaur. Big pickup once again for the two side lanes here as they're both cruising, and generally when Team Spirit are dominating side lanes, I feel like their win percentage must just be insanely high.
Yeah. If there's anybody you want to set up for success on this team, right, it's Collapse and Yutoro.
Generally. Laurel does it for himself, but this is just not a team known for making mid-rotations that much. They commit a lot to these side lanes. They want to enable both these players, so when it goes well, that's generally their game plan succeeding, which means they generally do pretty well. Surprise.
Trying to push back against a Timber Saw. We'll see how Saberlight does. As they said, it's been a little bit since he's rocking this one. I got the Lotuses going to be spawning here. DreamLeague are going to be chased away by the Undying, so Yutoro secures that. So bottom lane's looking super fine. That mid lane was going pretty well, it seems, for Leshrac. That Lightning was just punishing the Puck over and over again. Saberlight almost even just dies to Yutoro walking up and right-clicking him.
This lane is not going well at all. Yutoro is getting what he wants out of it, and it's a lot. And on the flip side, his Alk is already into the jungle.
Genius.
Now, lane equilibrium got lost. He has to pull it back, so that lane's not going much better here. And Poshka is just running the mango train.
You still have faith in Shopify's lineup for game one?
Nope, I've completely given up.
This is... it's not that bad net worth-wise just yet, but it's gonna get really bad if Alchemist is already jungling.
I think this is Team Spirit overperforming in the early stages of this laning phase. But again, I think the strength of Shopify's lineup is that 15 to 25 minute period.
Ooh.
and playing around the puck. This is a team that knows how to play around puck. They know how to play these coil snaps.
All right, there we go. Saberlight gets a little something cooking here. Kills the Undying and will be able to get the bounty for the Tombstone, presumably. So, oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Utoro came back and denied it.
Cursed the hell out of him. Also, if you're going to have a carry that jungles early, I mean, you're going to take Alchemist 100% of the time, right?
Sure. Is he actually the best carry to jungle early on?
Well, efficiency-wise, yes. I mean, I don't know in any game. You know, there's other carries you'd rather have in a game, but in terms of making the most out of the jungle, yeah, it's this hero.
Opposed to taking the occasional bounty.
AoE physical farming spell with built-in extra gold passive.
Well, if they can't get to a point, you were definitely making a pretty good argument. I was vibing with it. I feel like if they can get out of this laning phase doing all right, this Leshrac may have a really hard time. They got a fair amount of burst. Even just like the Alchemist Venge is pretty scary.
That's lands? Holy crap.
That was a long-range magic missile. Laurel, he's going to need Split Earth to get his way out of here, and that may not even be enough as Yopaj likely to throw an orb out there. They drop the ward, which should be read by Team Spirit.
He's
they
going to
need
deny
to go
it.
for the deny.
Deny would be nice here. Got a lot of raindrop burned off that kill as well. It was doing work for Laurel, but once more, Team Spirit, they're content just leaving the Leshrac on an island here, trying to win their two side lanes as hard as possible. I mean, top is empty, so the real contest is down here as Saberlight has ramped up the points, and there's no saving Yatoro here.
Physical damage doesn't do that much to a Terrorblade like the Hoodwink was doing earlier, but the pure damage of a Timbersaw certainly threatens that hero pretty good, and he gets a double kill out of the lane. Saberlight not rusty at all with the Timbersaw, it seems.
Big pickups there. They will find the Hoodwink on the return.
Oh, actually popped the Stampede. The Centaur's going to try and get there. Yeah, he's going to be a bit late, or maybe not. He chooses to use the stun on the Grimstroke, so...
Centaur, take me.
Wrong Centaur takes him.
RTZ was pretty happy with that small camp stack, so it's good Team Spirit invaded there. A lot of extra gold that Alka's going to miss, and of course he just hasn't been laning it at all, so his XP is pretty low.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looking at that differential here, 4 to 6 on these cores is going to be tough. Tough road for Artor. It's going to be around Yopaj, that's for sure. Have to make the plays around him. Team Spirit just have to read where Yopaj wants to go and not give him any free pickoffs, not give him some momentum off the power runes, and probably play through Collapse as he's just going to have an absolutely free game here.
Kitrak's already here with the smoke. I mean, they do have two really good rotating supports, right? Hoodwink, Venge, two different stuns, one of them being pretty long range. Decent damage output.
Did Shopify have to just abandon this Alkaline that early?
I find it hard to believe, but I guess if you get that early first blood, Grimstroke Centaur is really good at putting pressure, so maybe RTZ feels like he would... Maybe he could have kept the lane, but he would just get more out of the jungle.
Maybe.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, this is huge kill with the coil if they can get it, but
it's going to be hard to get there. That was a cute little play. Yopaj drops a branch there for Saberlight to be able to Timber Chain to. Not going to be able to finish up the Leshrac. Now making a break for it.
That was a really heads-up play, honestly.
Yeah.
But they just didn't bring the numbers. Like, that's a play you want one of the supports on for sure.
Yeah, you have a single stun. Maybe that Timber Chain play actually works.
A little disjointed here, and you do not want to miss out on these coil kills. This game gets stabilized again. Boshka chilling with the boys.
Not going to be chilling for long. It's never fun playing Undying versus Timbersaw, man. Your whole identity is based around just taking away some HP, and Timbersaw cuts you down so easily with Whirling Death.
We're seeing why teams are willing to first pick this hero. Absolute menace. does not feel good to be in this position as an alchemist. I can tell you that.
What, being behind net worth off the enemy, 2 enemy cores?
And one of them is Terrorblade, who has a very good matchup versus you and can honestly get close to the same levels of farm if he's having this free of a game.
But down again with the Stampede, with Chemical Rage on cooldown, he's definitely dead.
It's just such a rough start for this Alk, and there's no real pressure being created to dissuade Spirit from going for these plays. It's only around this Timbersaw, really. I mean, he had a couple coil plays, but Poshka is still just sitting down here. This tower's not dead. These trades bottom just honestly haven't even worked out that well for Shopify because it's not progressing the map, it's not progressing the game.
I almost want to see some sort of gank train of just like 3 members going between the 2 portals, you know? And just ganking the side lanes over and over again. Because Team Spirit are getting way too much out of all this. Well, Arteezy did get his level 6, so it means he can farm the stacks now.
That's a good recovery stack. Get some extra Skelly summons. And this is a necessary gank at this point. Collapse is getting way too much off the map, but do you have the damage for him?
Yeah, Collapse is going to be a hard kill here. Acorn Shot does bounce back to him, and they got him. Okay, not that hard, it seems.
Brought 4. DD on Yopaj definitely helps that play a lot.
Yeah.
It's a big pickup. You did this while that Alk was clearing the stacks, so very efficient on the map. I mean, you're looking at Collapse's net worth here. He was vacuuming up the space.
Oh, wanted to get the swap. Not going to make it there.
Didn't even get the flag bearer creep, man. But he'll get a tip. Arteezy says thank you for the shards. I'll use that to avoid you in my next pub.
Don't actually get him.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
Yopaj should be fine here. Drops the tombstone for that. I guess there's a little stack they can farm together, but kind of an odd play. They're really trusting in this Timbersaw. Saberlight's gotten a fair amount of space.
It's a pretty good Timber game. You have the Grim to worry about and the late game burst damage. Of course, Lesh, pretty annoying, but you get a Shroud. It's not the worst anymore. They just have a decent amount of interrupts to control you. Yeah. But I also feel like Timbersaw doesn't care about anything in Dota. He's having a good game. You get to those late game items, like the way we saw Whisper play it yesterday. You have this Kaya Blink, Lincoln's build with level 25 double Chakram. What do you really care about?
Another coil.
Yeah, these are just not lining up.
What's going on here?
And they have everything up. You can just coil swap. You can smoke for this play if you really need to. This, by the way, this tier 1 bottom is still up. Team Spirit have really prioritized defending it. Just giving them a lot of extra map control. There's nowhere for Shopify to go right now.
Which keeps on forcing Arteezy to this corner of the map, which he keeps getting ganked by the Grimstroke Centaur. And as they make a larger move towards bottom, it just opens up mid. Laurel is constantly keep that pressure. Every single time Hero showed anywhere else, he was just even willing to tank the tower, diabolic it.
This is a pretty lethargic early game. For all the early spellcasting Shopify's lineup has.
Yeah. Haven't seen a sharpshooter put to use. Haven't seen swap at all. Especially not swap coil. And it looks like those aren't recovery stacks. Those are get even farther ahead stacks. Terrorblade still ahead of the Alchemist.
So I think one of the biggest counters to what Shopify presented in this game is just any sort of armor build up here. Like Shiva's guard on this Centaur eventually it's going to be nasty. It's really hard for Arteezy to commit in. It removes some of the effectiveness of the acid spray plus the wave of terror going in. And you do have a lot of spell damage to follow up, but this is spell damage you can only throw on one target at a time. Whereas Team Spirit just...
Oh,
okay.
Man. He was dead for sure there. He was entirely on an island.
They might get him on the other side. Well, he backed. They saw him.
Are they willing to dive?
Yeah, they are.
Tier 2 for it? Will they get punished?
I don't think there's any punish really
Radiant's
available.
bottom tower has fallen.
I mean,
This is
Yopaj
very
TP's
scary.
first. He can
Under
coil
attack.
them, and that'll hold them for a while.
Is Arteezy going
no
to
TP
gate
there.
escape? He's out of there.
Radiant's
Nice read.
bottom tower is under attack.
Dodges the gank. That's a big gank to dodge. A lot of wasted time here. And he's
Dire's
closing in
top
on
tower
Radiant,
is
so that would have been
under
a really bad death.
The Illicore spots a couple of heroes, but he does have reinforcements nearby. Might end up in some sort of clash here. Deep vision on the side of Shopify gets a decent amount of information.
Still got that Wisdom Rune sitting there as well.
Mine.
Looking for that Yule's catch.
Sharpshooter, not quite enough damage. Timbersaw going to be swapped back outside of the range of the stomp there from Collapse. And Kidrak will die for it, but a really big save considering this move. And Yopaj is still looking for a pickoff here. Trying to go for the Grimstrook. Gets them with the coil there at the end of it. Saberlight, since he's full health, he can go back in and threaten. He's just got to be careful with that Leshrac, really.
Nice pump fake.
Oh, he hit the stomp. What a play from Collapse, faking out the phase shift.
God damn, he got him. Got his ass with that one.
Outplayed.
I feel like the first time you do that, it guarantee works. Because you're not thinking about the pump fake. You're thinking about dodging the stun. He goes in. Oh, I dodged it. Oh, guess what? You didn't. Because now Yopaj is going to be thinking about that pump fake. Which is why the second time you go in, you just throw it instantly.
Also, more levels of phase shift make a big difference in that play.
Yeah,
right?
for
but
sure.
It's only one level. It's fairly easy to kind of get him to use it and still be able to land spells.
Laurel will give it right back. Underestimating the fact Shopify were still in the area and more than enough damage to kill this Lesh, I feel like.
Yeah, when you
For a
go
long
Veil
time.
Kaya, tons of burst damage.
Honestly, it feels like Shopify could be in a much worse position
Yeah. I
than
think so,
where
too.
they are, right? With the start Collapse had, the first blood for Yatoro, the 3 kills that connected on this Alchemist.
Dire are scanning.
Like, Shopify are getting what they want on the map right now. It's not pretty, it's not where they'd want to be, but considering what could have happened, not the worst.
You really need to come up with an answer to this Terrorblade. Because Yatoro's entirely free farming and on equal net worth with the Alchemist, he is no doubt superior.
He's going to be a problem, but they do have a lot of spell damage, right? Timber, Puck, Hoodwink.
There's no saves on the side of Spirit either, so...
Yep. We'll see if Team Spirit can also accelerate. This is that classic Undying Terrorblade package that gives you Roshan, gives you early tower taking ability with an Aegis. If you group up, it's not that slow for you to just complete some of these objectives.
Well, time to play a little faster for Shopify. Double Blink Dagger. One for the Timber, one for the Puck. Both could be able to jump the Terrorblade.
I thought you were
threaten
going to
his
say
life right away.
the whip.
Time for the whip.
Do you like whips, Austin?
What kind of goddamn question is that?
What?
Jeez.
What?
Dire's
They're
bottom
cool.
tower is under attack.
Sure. Big fan of Indiana Jones here. Oh, this bushwhack. That's a bit of a shame there. Still can run down Collapse.
That damage.
Okay, Soulbind on 2.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
stuck.
really well set up for Laurel. Double lightning. Yeah, Soulbind even bounces over to the Hoodwink on the side there, so maybe they can get a third kill out of this whole exchange as Shopify just group up way too much for that whole situation. Yopaj is doing some work here, but Leshrac isn't low enough for him to commit.
He's trying to maximize that haste rune, but that Soulbind was way too good. You get 2 heroes locked under that tombstone, then you get 2 more on the backside of it. That is so much damage going through. If that Soulbind doesn't land, you might be able to kite this fight out. Like, the coil was pretty good here. You're killing the tombstone with 2 heroes on the side, but damn, does that do work. Laurel just rips them open. It's a spell Shopify are going to have to think about, and one Team Spirit need to prioritize here. Protect Mira in the fights his control is paramount to what they want to do with these cores that have a lot of damage but not a lot of stuns outside of that hoof stomp.
A little bit early there, but Yopaj not quite in striking distance. Missed the waning rift, and you need every bit of damage to get these kills.
Another pump fake.
Longer phase shifts will get him out of danger.
And Shroud for Laurel. Early Shroud here. Kind of like it. You're going to tank up here. You're going to negate a lot of the magic damage that they want to throw on you. It's not the best Shroud game, but the fact he got it this fast is kind of interesting. I mean, I guess the alternative would have been the faster Bloodstone. I don't know, interesting choice. But it looks good for now. I don't really see him dying in the fight.
Arteezy, a third time to get ganked in this corner of the map.
They just know where he is, man.
Yes, sir. Oh no, they don't get him.
He knew.
Arteezy's just a little bit too fast. How did he know? Damn.
You can't kill. You can't gank this guy. Ungankable player. I've been watching Arteezy for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
I've never seen him get ganked on a neutral game.
Again, there's this part of the audience that does not understand that you are being sarcastic there.
No, I'm serious. I've never seen it.
Okay. All those times you coached Arteezy, you never had any feedback about his farming patterns?
Nope.
Not a single time?
I mean, I remember a discussion about, you know, like, where should we farm on the map? And, yeah, I got kicked the next day. So that says something about that situation. Shopify looking for an aggressive move here, but they will not find it. Laurel presents himself, the Disco Pony, with a little extra tank ability here. They do not want to go on him. But you are corralling the enemy here while the Alk is farming. And you got to remember, like, the Alk was catching up in this game, whereas the Terrorblade was ahead. So you're back to even, slowly overtaking him.
Coil on the Centaur. Again, the support's out of reach. This distinct between the supports and mid here, really painful to watch.
Maybe Yopaj is just too fast for them on the map. Kind of hard to keep up with him with the Venge, and the Hoodwink wants to do her own thing here, but it has not synced up on some of these plays, and you're missing these little opportunities, which is maintaining Spirit's lead in this game. They're continuing to get to Yatoro's late game here. And Spirit are just tanking up, man.
Yeah.
Everybody outside of the Terrorblade is just building survivability. BKBs, Shrouds, Glimmer Cape, Mech on the supports. Oh. This is a lot to get through.
Team Spirit, are they going to get caught inside the pit?
This is like good high ground.
They're going to smoke up, and Kitrax, the one to break it, immediately collapse jumps. So does Saberlight, and he whiffs as a result. Now he's going to be... nice interception there from Arteezy. Will save Saberlight's life. They're going to try and slow him down with the Soulbind and such. Running into the trees, Saberlight. Can he get a long Timber Chain away? He cannot. Hit by the Splitter. Follow up with a Stomp from Collapse. Really nice setup there from Team Spirit.
That was an important kill to connect on, because if Timber gets out there, you have some turn potential on Shopify. Soulbind got used. Tombstone was dropped on that high ground. That is why Arteezy did not want to commit in there. That stun looked great, but not against high ground Tombstone that you had no chance of killing. And they will get the Kit Track buyback on top of it into the Roshan. The positioning there was just way too good. And it's hard to commit in right now. This Soulbind Tombstone thread, you can't just jump in with all your cores. You're going to get massacred. The Alk's timings are just too off.
And with all this, all these tanky items against the magic damage, it leaves the physical damage of Shopify reliant upon to be able to cut through all this, but he doesn't even have his AC yet, so it's going to be a long time until this Alchemist is an actual right-clicking threat to these heroes. But they really have no choice of just kind of keep it going. I mean, would you feel comfortable accepting that, like, okay, Team Sphere is just stronger than us right now, try and push for a later timing?
I mean, you don't have a choice. I don't think you're fighting this Aegis. You can look for pickoffs on the map, but 5-on-5 looks really hard right now. You need better ways to man up versus the supports right now, which I would say is really only BKB or Lincoln Spheres. Or I guess just more firepower on the puck. If Yopaj can create a bigger threat where he's killing people and you don't have to commit the whole team. The Timber can also go that route with like the Blink Kaya build. But it is going to be the BKB for Saberlight. And Plasma already done for Yopaj. He's also eyeing BKB. So it's just going to be triple BKB and you try and commit in off the stuns. Throw the damage in.
Oh no. Hate that. Hate that for him.
You also have to keep in mind this Grim Shard that can come out later. It's going to prevent some of that all-in ability as well.
Yeah. I mean, this Grim has done quite a lot. I think just a lot of the thread behind Soulbind. There's no point in that the Puck and Timbersaw can feel comfortable blinking in on the same target to blow it up. Because if they both get Soulbound, I think the fight's just over instantly.
Until 3 BKBs, yeah, for sure. Toro has his own now. He is staying ahead of the Alk. That is very good for him.
He's got BKB, so he'll shrug this off, but doesn't feel great.
No. That was your BKB AC timing and doing nothing for you here. Continue to rat out this map. Still a very even game gold-wise, but it just doesn't feel like it's doing nearly as much for Shopify here.
Yeah, I mean, you're down in net worth. Maybe not that much, but you're down in net worth with an Alchemist.
Yep.
That has to mean you're losing.
Now, what if he builds an Ags and he pulls it to the puck? And then Yopaj 1v9s that shit.
I think that's a legitimate strategy. I mean, you said if you could have more firepower on the puck, there's not much more firepower than being able to lay the Ags coil on the supports and just watch them die to coil attacks.
Whatever your plan is, you're running out of time right now.
Hey, you said you have this all-in potential. Leshrac, Undying, Terrorblade. They've got tons of building damage and lots of team fight around it.
Really strong timing push with this butterfly.
Saberlight trying to blink in. Is he going to die for that?
Oh,
they had to swap him to save him, and he had to use BKB. I mean, there's no way you could defend this anymore. They're going to collect a kill out of it, too. Not only just Elena Barracks, but Kitrak will die. That's a dieback from him from that Roshan fight earlier.
Arteezy in the
Arteezy going for the Undying. Now, it's Thunder. No way Yatoro just did that. Oh, God. Is that going to kill their team fight? He's going to come back on a second life here. He did swap in the BKB, so he's going to be okay. No chance of them being able to burst him down. They actually go for it and kill Arteezy. Now, Timbersaw needs to get on out of here. Yopaj needs to keep up the constant harassment here. Don't want to let Team Spirit walk away, but sadly, they're going to do just that.
Yatoro named himself Yatoro God because he chooses who lives and dies. He says it is not your right to kill my 5. That's my right.
He'll return the favor later on when he's low HP.
That's that Grim Shard, though. That's what I was saying. You have limited initiation options, and Shard can bail out all of them here. And then you're just resetting the fight. Your BKB's gone. You're dead. You're getting small trades on the backside with the magic scale you have, but again, you're just running out of time here to put something together.
Yeah. I feel like, in theory, that was such a wild play. It ruined your meta as a Terrorblade, but they're far enough ahead, didn't matter.
Yeah, I feel like I'm probably letting my Undying just die there. Like, he'd already used Tombstone and stuff, too. It's not like they got him before Tombstone.
Yeah.
He might have not even been dead, to be honest. But Heroics earn you some extra points here at DreamLeague.
Now you just have a bonus little prize pool for random talent awards.
That's right. You will be handing them out at the end of the season.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, they're going to go high ground again. And Shopify, you couldn't do it last time. Don't see what you can do about it this time.
Dire's middle tower.
Maybe some sort of coil swap play. Collapse will kill the Vengeful Spirit before he gets the chance to do that. So there goes that. Throw that out the window.
They have so much tank ability for 30 minutes in the game. Double Shroud, multiple BKBs. You have this Undying behind everybody. Glimmer Capes, Mechs, Soul Rip. I just don't think you have the damage at this point in the game. Your lineup fell too far behind. Martese finishes a basher, but
Dire's middle barracks.
it's going to be bashing his head against a brick wall here.
Coil. He could snap it if he wants, and they could pop the ink swell, but he doesn't need to. Okay. Oh, what a splitter! Right as they jumped in, Arteezy 100 to
nothing.
0'd.
Absolutely nothing.
What a read from Laurel. God damn.
That was a 6 stun. Absolutely sticking that. That'll just be a GG out with a little extra morale loss at the end. Sometimes that's better. That's why it's better to sometimes just give up earlier. You know, now you got this 6 stun.